again today with another cake tutorial. Today I'll just be teaching you the basics of covering a cake in fondant, which is a rolled icing, and it's just a nice easy way to get a smooth finish on a cake. So we've already got our ganache cake. There will be a link in the description below for the tutorial on this one. You want to start with a nice smooth firm surface just to make sure your fondant is nice and smooth. So the things you're going to need is some water, just some normal tap water is fine, a big paintbrush just for putting the water on the cake easily. We've got our corn flour, our white fondant, which we use bakehouse, which we'll have a link in the description below for. Then obviously a cake that's already ganached. Then we've got a large rolling pin, a pizza cutter and 2 fondant smoothers. If you do have a fondant that is prone to have air bubbles, you will need a needle. An acupuncture needle is the best. Okay. So let's get started. So I'm just going to remove our corn flour. I've already sprinkled some corn flour on our bench. Alternatively, you can use spray cooking oil as well, just depending on the softness of your fondant. I change between the two. Then we're just going to move our cake out of the way. And we are just going to start rolling with light pressure and try to keep the fondant as round as possible. I'm going to rotate, make sure it's not sticking on the surface. So once you get it to a nice even thickness, we don't want it too thick, we want it just something pretty thin, but not obviously too thin that it's going to stretch. We just want to take our water, lift our cake off the baseboard, and place it somewhere easy for you to work with. Then we're just going to take a little bit of water, just make sure the brush isn't too wet, and brush it around the whole cake. Perfect. So once you have a light layer of water on the cake, you can roll your fondant over the rolling pin and gently place it over your cake. And I just roll the top to make sure it's secured. And as soon as possible, you want to secure that top edge so it doesn't rip and tear with the gravity. And then you want to smooth down with the palm of your hand and lift the flaps as you're going around. Get them nicely secured to the cake. It does take a lot of time and patience, so just be patient with it and slowly bring out the flaps and smooth them down till you get to the bottom edge. And then I'm just using my hand to cup it around the bottom to make sure it's secured to that bottom edge. And then we're going to take a pizza cutter and cut off the excess. And we'll wrap up that fondant and use it at a later time. It obviously doesn't look anything good now, but we're going to get our 2 fondant smoothers, one on the top doing the round and then one on the side, and meet them together to create that nice sharp edge that we're wanting. Just do it quickly over the sides first to make sure it's all secured, and then we can start slowly pinching together the corners with the 2 smoothers to create a nice sharp edge. So if you get some air bubbles in your fondant, which you can see that we've got just here, you either take an acupuncture needle or a clean and brand new sterilised sewing needle, and we just want to lightly push that into the fondant and then smooth over with our hands to release the air that's trapped underneath. And we'll just go over with our smoother. The acupuncture needles are a lot better because they're a lot thinner. But we've just run out of those, so we'll have to use a sewing needle just for this cake. But for clients, we always use the acupuncture needle so it's not visible. You just want to keep going with your edges until you're happy with them, how sharp they are. If the cake's going to have no ribbon, we'll then go around with a clean knife and make sure we sharpen up the edge. With this one, we'll be having ribbon later, so we don't need to do that as it will be covered in the bottom. So now that you have a blank canvas ready for covering, so you can either paint this, add decorations, add a topper or some flowers. Thanks so much for watching our video on fondant basics, how to cover a cake with fondant. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.